Welcome. Today we'll demonstrate how Agentic AI, powered by AILA's AI Lake automation, accelerates and streamlines the development of new functionality. Using an insurance industry example, we'll walk through a typical software delivery lifecycle, one where change requests usually take weeks because of manual handoffs and duplicated effort. With AILA's role-specific agents layered on the AI Lake accelerator, we automate the busy work, slash cycle time, and boost data quality. The result? Faster delivery, higher quality, and lower cost, so your team can focus on value, not grunt work. Let's assume that today, the insurance data lake ingests 3 customer CSV feeds, A01, C25, and F15. Each feed lands in its own raw zone location. A source stage job automatically picks it up, applies customer-specific mapping rules, performs a single transform pass, and publishes the results to the analytics zone. All mappings, data quality checks, and job configurations are still created and maintained manually, which adds effort and risk. Here comes the change request. Onboard new customer C77. Functionally, it's identical. Another CSV lands in its own raw zone folder, flows through the existing source stage job, and is transformed into the same analytics model. But to make that happen today, we create a customer-specific landing location or table. Write C77-specific mapping and data quality rules, update the job configuration, and route everything through the full SDLC under Enterprise Agile standards. Here's how a single C77 change ripples through the team. Product owner and BA, about 3 days capturing the story and acceptance criteria. Data architect or team lead, several days designing the raw table, mapping and DDL. Data engineer, 5 to 10 days updating the source stage. Transform logic and unit tests. QA engineer, roughly 5 days for regression and data quality testing. DevOps and release management, a few more days pushing the change through CAB and into production. In total, this simple feed still consumes 4 to 7 weeks of calendar time across 5 roles. Here's where friction sneaks in today. During capture, we rely on ad hoc story templates, so gaps and rewrites are common. In design, architects juggle mapping spreadsheets because there's no declarative schema config. Build still means copying boilerplate code, inefficient and inconsistent. Testing suffers. QA engineers handcraft data quality checks without a shared rule catalog. Finally, deploy depends on siloed scripts and CAB paperwork, leaving teams idle while they wait for an approved slot. The common thread? Today's toolset isn't standardized or declarative, unlike AILA, which provides reusable AI agent-ready configurations for every SDLC phase. Now, let's revisit the same change request with AILA's agents plugged in for every role. Storycraft BA trims the product owner's work from 3 days to minutes. Schema Mapper Arc and Pipe Coder Dev generate design and code in minutes, longer for complex cases, but always faster than manual. Collectively, we cut a 7-week cycle down to roughly 5 to 10 days, an overall 74% reduction, while still meeting enterprise standards and governance. Let's jump into the demo to see exactly how Agentic delivery achieves these numbers. We've implemented Agentic AI so that every role keeps using the same familiar tools, just with intelligent assistants layered in. On this screen, you see the product owner logging into Jira to create a new user story. Onboard customer C77 to the insurance pipeline. Because product owners have limited time, they enter a concise, high-level description and attach a sample CSV file. They add simple instructions, create mapping rules, enable data quality checks, and handle the new customer feed, while noting that no other changes are required. Once the BA adds the Agent AILA Pipeline BA label, the agent springs into action, reads the Jira ticket and attachments automatically, classifies the work as a new pipeline or a change so the right template is applied. polls and understands current pipeline details, stages, tables, mappings, and data quality rules, saving hours of manual digging. Fills the gaps with AILA best practice defaults where possible. Flags missing information with easy-to-spot placeholders, guiding follow-up questions. Generates a complete BA specification in clear invest format, including acceptance criteria checkboxes and a definition of done. Highlights precise changes, showing which JSON files, tables, or rules must be updated. Tags and prioritizes the JIRA issue, keeping the board organized. Result: in under 3 minutes, you receive a fully fleshed, standards-aligned user story ready for architects and engineers, without manual rework or copy-paste. You can see that briefly created user story now significantly enhanced. And what's more important, it is ready for development. Now the team lead or architect is ready to start. They simply add the Agent AILA pipeline architecture label, and the design agent takes it from there. Reads the JIRA story end-to-end, extracts data source details, performance needs, and compliance notes. Downloads and profiles every attachment, auto-detects the C77 file schema, data quality, and mapping complexity. Scans our repo for similar pipelines, learns existing stage patterns, table schemas, and DQ rules to reuse. Scaffolds a complete pipeline directory, creates all folders, stage JSON files, table definitions, mapping and DQ rule sets, plus a full README. Generates AILA-compliant configs, fills raw, stage, and analytics zone specs, event triggers, and intelligent defaults, zero hand-typing. Runs an automated design validation, checks for schema drift, missing files, and naming rule violations, produces a validation report, commits everything to Git, opens a feature branch, stages the new files, pushes and creates a pull request, all with a single smart commit. Updates JIRA automatically, posts a design summary, links to the PR, adds design complete and ready for review labels, and removes its own trigger label. Result: in 2 to 3 minutes, you have a fully structured, validated pipeline design, documentation, configuration, and pull request ready for peer review, without a single manual file or Git command. Next, we switch to GitLab, open the auto-generated pull request, and review the full implementation and documentation. If needed, we can tweak a file or two, then mark it ready. You can see all configuration and documentation created by an agent, new mapping rules, configuration changes for pipeline, landing area registration, suggested default data quality rules, created documentation for request, created report with design validation for transparency. From here, our Agentic QA and deployment agents take over with the same efficiency. In short, design approved, tests executed, and production deployed in a fraction of the usual time. With agents handling every repetitive step, over time, Agentic automation toolset growth and quality of automated work will be increased even more. With Amazon Q at the core of our Agentic AI stack, every stage of this change request was automated inside the tools you already use. Q-powered Storycraft built a complete, invest-ready JIRA ticket. Q-driven design agent generated all AILA-compliant configs, documentation. And a GitLab merge request validated and ready for review. Q-based QA and deployment agents will now run the full DQ test suite and promote the artifacts through our release pipeline, updating CAB records automatically. The net result, a 7-week cycle, compresses to less than 10 days, with higher data quality and full traceability, thanks to Amazon Q's generative power fueling each agent.